Okay everyone, today we have the answer or an expansion on a topic that seems to come up a lot, or a question we get asked a lot here at the training room. And it's about a two-hand kettlebell swing where the arms go past parallel to about this height. And again, I'm not really crazy about even demonstrating it because I think it's unsafe. But this is what the question is about, is this exercise and bringing the kettlebell to more or less above your head as opposed to parallel. I'm not crazy about it, as you can tell. The issue is this: there's a risk-reward factor to every exercise selection. When you're choosing an exercise, you need to choose something that has a lot of rewards, something that's very good for you but has a very low risk. I mean, there's an inherent risk to exercise in general. Sitting on the couch, you'll never get hurt. So by exercising alone, there's going to be some risk. But you want to minimize the risk while elevating the reward, which is why a regular kettlebell swing is great. Arms to about parallel on a swing is great. There's extremely low risk, very high reward. What this does, by bringing the kettlebell way up here, is it severely elevates the risk. I mean, now you have a kettlebell above your head that's spinning around in your hands that you're supposed to be doing in a ballistic fashion. Not really a good idea. I mean, don't confuse it with the kettlebell snatch. We snap it up and it ends up locked out in your wrist, which is very safe. A swing where you're holding the kettlebell bottoms up when it's moving, it's really dangerous as it's above your head. But the issue is this: I mean, it also decreases the reward. I mean, the whole thing with a two-hand kettlebell swing is that you should be able to use a pretty heavy kettlebell. I mean, you should be able to have explosive power or strength, which is the nature of the exercise. In order to do this, kettlebell has to be light enough for me to really grab it without it spinning around or me dropping it on my head. So I have to use a light kettlebell, which defeats the whole purpose of the exercise. So now I have an exercise that has very little reward, but has a very high risk. I mean, a kettlebell swing, I mean, I can swing a 97-pound kettlebell with two hands. I might be able to do more if I had a bigger one. But in order to do this safely, I have to use like a 35-pound kettlebell, because I'm not going to get anything out of it. So I'm increasing the chance of injury. I'm decreasing the reward. It's just a silly, silly exercise. As a general rule, the kettlebell swing should be more or less parallel to the ground. You're not getting anything more out of it except a risk of injury by going up here, okay? Any questions, any comments, thoughts? Let us know. Thanks.